Pointy, exploit the function pointers in this program. It is found here on the shell server. Okay, we'll copy that. And let's see what we have going on here. All right, again, we have our standard set group ID executable. We have some source code. Okay, so it looks like we have a win method. That's good. Always nice to have a win method. There's a global array of addresses, 1,000 of them. We have a flag buffer and a name size of 128. We have a struct professor. The struct professor has a name and a score. The struct student has a name and a score. Those are the same size, but one of these is a function pointer, so that's probably going to be pretty exciting. So what I'm hoping for is that there'll be some sort of type confusion here where we can create something that's a professor, get the score to be what we want, and then view that as a student that's calling a function of our choice. If we could make the last score, for example, be the address of win, have that viewed as a student, we'll be able to call the win method. So here's the method that's going to let us fill in that last score and set it to a value. We're going to retrieve a professor, and it looks like it looks through. This is really, really hopeful. It looks like there's just one array, which is going to contain both professors and students. And so that's going to give me the type confusion I was hoping for. All right, we have a loop where we're going to create a student, create a professor. We'll set that score professor method in the student to give score to professor. Then we'll look up a student and look up a professor. And again, it looks like those retrieves don't bother to check that the structure that we're looking at is the right kind. In fact, there's even here they accidentally have that struct student star as opposed to a struct professor star there. And then we input the score, and then we call student score professor with that value. Okay, well, here we go. All right, so we're going to input the name of the student. So Martin. Doc, the name of the student that will give the score. Martin will give Doc a score. And we'll just say 23. Then we'll create another student. We'll call this Chris and Dr. Carlisle. And we'll say now that the student, we'll say the student is Doc, we'll give Dr. Carlisle a score of 14. And I expect this to crash because it's now going to try to call 23 as a function pointer. Boom. All right, so that worked perfectly. So now what we need is we just need to have the correct address. All right. 804-8696. All right, so this is the value we want. So we'll do that again. Martin, Doc. Martin is going to give Doc this score. And Chris, Dr. Carlisle. So now Doc, which is a professor, but we're going to view it as a student, will give Dr. Carlisle a 23. Bam! And there's the flag. Pico CTF giving directions.